Yo, what's up, guys? Russ here with episode 9 of going through my comic book collection. This time, we've got some Wolverine and some other X-Men related books. So let's just jump right into this. Starting off with one of my favorite issues of Wolverine, one of my favorite covers, I should say, is Wolverine issue 27, the Lazarus Project Part 1. Love this cover, man. An all-time favorite of mine. I dig the classic brown suit. Plus, I'm pretty sure this image, or an image very close to it, was used on a Sega Genesis game back in the day. Jumps up to Wolverine issue 50. Now, this has got like a die cut cover on it. Open it up right quick. Check that out. That's cool. Cool ad on the back, too. I remember that handheld. Jumps up to Wolverine 75, part of the Fatal Attraction storyline. Incredible story right here. Yo, what's up, Alex? What you gonna do, brother? But yeah, this is an awesome storyline, the Fatal Attractions. I think these are wraparound covers. Been a little while. Yeah, they are. We take out the backing board right fast. All right, I dropped it. Awesome. But there you go. Very cool storyline here. Also have the first die cut cover. It's a Fantastic Four book. I'm not sure. Yeah, my Fantastic Four books are in the box I'll be showing next time. I don't recall if I have a die cut cover on the Fantastic Four though. We got Wolverine issue 79. Fantastic cover here. Got Wolverine issue 90. This is another wraparound. Amazing cover here. Yo, how's it going, Ranger? Love the art on the back of that. This issue is featuring an awesome fight between Wolverine and Sabretooth. I picked this up not too long ago. Well, it's probably been a year now, maybe 2 years. Shoot. My concept of time isn't the greatest. But there's the full cover. And what's cool is this still has the cards attached to it. It came with a couple card packs that I decided to leave intact. Excuse me for just a second. Sorry about that, guys. My allergies are trying to play havoc this morning. Had to blow my nose. Just got some DC dollar books yesterday and some superhero minifigs. Awesome, man. That'll be a cool video. We got Wolverine issue 94. I've got quite a few gaps to fill in on this Wolverine collection here. Got Wolverine issue 102. I still need to pick up a Wolverine 100. But this was from the Beast era of Wolverine. Shortly after he got his adamantium replaced or reinstalled, I guess you could say. But this was during the whole Onslaught storyline. Didn't particularly care for this version of Wolverine looks wise. Here's issue 103. Okay, that was 102. Here's 103. But the whole Onslaught storyline as a whole was amazing. One of my favorites. Awesome Electra cover on that one. Got Wolverine 104. You gotta love the way Wolverine looks on that cover there. Wolverine 105. This was a cool issue. This is actually a Stick, Daredevil's trainer. Then we're going into a three-part storyline. It's Wolverine Days of Future Past, issue 1. Got issue 2. This was just like a little quick 3-issue miniseries. And issue 3 there. Really cool little storyline. I know the original Days of Future Past, Uncanny X-Men 141 and 142, one of my all-time favorite storylines when it comes to X-Men. I've never had the single issues, but I used to have the trade paperback, and I probably read that thing a dozen times. One of these days, I need to get me the original issues. Here we have Sabretooth, issue 1. This is another, I think this was a 4-parter. But it's another one of those die-cut covers. Got the double O's right there. And the inside cover on this is incredible looking. That just looks awesome, dude. That cover's pretty cool too. Been months since you made a new vid. Here's issue 2 of that. Sabretooth Death Hunt. Cool Mystique cover. I don't know. No, these ones aren't wraparounds. All right. There's issue 3. think you. Oh, the Sabretooth issues. There's issue 4, the final chapter of that storyline. That whole 4-parter. Awesome, man. This one is I think this was just a one-shot. Sabretooth in the Red Zone. This one, I'm sure, is a wraparound. Yeah. Take out the backing board for a second. Cool kind of chromium cover. And we got some more Sabretooth here. This is another Sabretooth 4-part story. It's Sabretooth and Mystique, issue 1. Read that first issue. It was, man. It's been a while since I've read it. I probably should reread it because I haven't read it since I picked it up on eBay yet. Like, I wish I could remember exactly how long ago it's been, but I remember I picked up this set on eBay. There's issue 2, Sabretooth and Mystique. Every time I say not too long ago, it usually ends up being like 2 years or more. There's issue 3. And issue 4. Moving into some X-Force here. We got X-Force issue 1. This one, yeah, this one's still sealed in the poly bag. And it looks like it has 2 cards in it. This looks like the first one was like some kind of promo card with a T-shirt on it. And the second card is Sunspot and Gideon. And we have another X-Force issue 1, but this one is has been opened. Back cover. What's my favorite cover gimmick? If I had to pick 1 or 2, oh gosh, man. My favorite, like, has to be like the chrome cover or the chromia cover with the holographic type stuff on it. It's probably my favorite cover gimmick. And the second one would probably be die cut. Then we have X-Force issue 25, part of the Fatal Attraction storyline. Probably, gosh, I don't know if you can get it, if I can get a good shot of the card or not. It doesn't really want to show up good on camera. It doesn't look like, but the card is actually cable. I think all these Fatal Attractions have wraparound covers. Jumps up to X-Force issue 57. Again, this is one of the Onslaught tie-ins. There was so much to that storyline. I'm pretty sure I've got nearly the entire Onslaught story going now. There might just be like one or two tie-ins I'm still missing. We have X-Force issue 58. Yours is probably embossed and die cut. Embossed is cool too. I got a couple of cool embossed covers. Not too much of a fan of gimmicks yourself. Glow in the dark, if they're well done. Glow in the dark is cool. I've got, I think I just have two glow in the dark covers in my collection that I remember right offhand. I've got Green Lantern issue 50, and I've got Superman 123, the electric suit. I think those are my only two glow in the darks. So now we're moving from X-Force to X-Factor. Here we have X-Factor issue 15. This is, I believe this is the issue where Angel loses his wings. And then a couple issues later, he becomes Archangel for Apocalypse. I don't have the issue where he becomes Archangel, but this is a cool one. I remember my mom actually bought this for me at like a flea market years and years ago. Jumps all the way up to X Factor issue 92. Again, part of the Fatal Attraction story. You can kind of see the card on that one a little bit. Take a look at the back cover. Have one or two of the Ghost Rider one. Oh yeah, I've seen that Ghost Rider cover on a couple people's videos before. That's pretty cool. Got X Factor 125. Again, part of Onslaught. And X Factor 126. Onslaught had so many tie-ins, it was crazy to try to find them all. Got a couple Excalibur issues here. Got Excalibur issue 1, actually. And issue 2. Then it jumped all the way to Excalibur issue 71. So that's a pretty huge gap there. But again, got part of the Fatal Attraction story. Awesome Phoenix cover on this one. Awesome back cover too. The Peter David writing on X-Men. Excalibur was a weird team, but a fun series. Definitely. We got Excalibur issue 100. Some more Onslaught tie-ins there. Don't know. I don't think this one was a wraparound. It might be. Let me check it out. I know they came out with a an omnibus, I think, of the entire Onslaught run. I've never actually seen it in person though. Oh yeah, this was a wraparound. A lot of X-Men and X-Men related books had wraparound covers. Man. We have X-Man issue 17, which I think these are some of the ones I'm missing. I believe X-Man issue 15 or 16 had one of the cameos of Onslaught, or maybe it might have been no, yeah, it was one of the cameos. I think issue 15 or 16. I still need to pick up, but this was issue 17. Here's issue 18 of X-Man. And issue. Uh-huh. Okay, that was issue 18. I thought I was missing one for a second. Here's issue 19. Crazy Sinister cover. Now we're moving into Cable. I've got this is issue 1 of a 2-part limited series. I don't think I have issue 2. What's up, comics fan? Oh, you got a cold, man? That's a bummer. Hopefully you get a quick recovery, brother. We got Cable issue 32. Sorry about that. I had to blow my nose again right fast. Just allergies. So we got the first issue, the Flaming Head Villain. Awesome, man. Almost over. That's good. Started to have a Ranger. Started to have a sore throat yesterday. It's a bummer, man. For me, it's mostly allergies. Like, it's crazy. I try to keep it dusted in here at least twice a year, which I should probably do more. But dust is a big thing that gets me with allergies. Here's Cable issue 33. Cable 34. Crazy Hulk cover on this. Here's issue 35. Fighting Apocalypse. Cable 37. Your two brothers have terrible allergies. Now we're going from Cable into some Generation X here. Here's issue 17. Zeke and vitamin C. I should probably take those. I don't really take any vitamins. I probably should be at my age. Here's Generation X issue 18. And issue 19, Generation X. I do like oranges. Got some other health issues. That's a bummer, Ranger. Then we've got X-Men Unlimited issue 12. This was I don't think there were very many issues in the Unlimited run. But this was another Onslaught issue. Just muted the mic for a second on that one. Here we have X-Men Onslaught. Yeah, this was another wraparound cover. We have a Marvel Universe Onslaught. I do like how it like pretty much tied into all of Marvel and it wasn't just an X-Men thing. But man, it made the storyline really hard to get like complete. Here we got Onslaught Epilogue. We have X-Men Prime. This is one of those like chrome shiny covers. Just took it out of the poly bag right fast. Another cool wraparound. Here's this was another mini series, but I only have issue 1 in it, and it's Storm. So sweet to have signed books. I know, man, it's cool. And what's like the coolest thing about those is most of those signed books I ended up finding in dollar bins and stuff. Here we have another 4-issue miniseries that I only have 1 issue in, but it's Nightcrawler issue 1. And I think, if I remember right, this was a in a pile of books I wanted to give away from Comic Head 84. But I love that Nightcrawler cover with the pirate sword. Very cool. Eventually, I need to pick up the other issues in those sets, the Storm and the Nightcrawler. I'm pretty sure I could probably find them in dollar bins. Oh, awesome, man. Todd McFarlane Hulk issue. That was a cool find. All right, this one I do have all 4 issues. That's Rogue issue 1. Issue 2. Rogue, one of my all-time favorite X-Men, up there with Gambit. And issue 4. Love me some Rogue. So here we got X-Men Ultra Collection, book 1 of 5. I want to say these ones were based on the cards, the covers. At least it looks like it to me anyways. The X-Men Ultra cards. I don't know if this one had a wraparound cover or not. Okay, it does. Check it out right fast. Get that tape out of the way so it doesn't get on the book. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Check out the back cover on that one. It looks like a, oh, it does. It has a fold out. Check that junk out. That's awesome. Okay, yeah. This whole issue is just art from the cards. That's awesome, dude. I don't remember where I got this issue, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've ever actually opened it. I didn't realize the whole book was just art. With Professor X looking like Hugh Hefner up there. Oh, here's an awesome shot of Emma Frost and Gambit. That's killer, dude. Here we have X-Men and the Micronauts, issue 1. Okay, yeah, this was another 4-issue limited series. I just have issue 1 though. Here we got X-Men issue 2. This, yeah, this was one of the Pizza Hut promo books, actually. Got the little Pizza Hut logo down here on the bottom. I don't know if you guys remember, like back in the day, this is actually a fold-out cover as well. You could go to Pizza Hut, they had like some like VHS tapes and books and stuff that were actually pretty cool. Awesome Wolverine shot right there. Yo, what's up, Fanboy Prime? I didn't see you pop in, man. Hope you're having a good day, brother. For those that are interested in wrestling, me and Fanboy Prime did a WrestleMania Thoughts video over on his channel last night. Go check that out. Right, now we're getting into some Marvel fanfare here. There's a Marvel fanfare issue 1. Awesome Spider-Man on the cover there. There's a note on the back. This actually takes place around Uncanny X-Men issue 151. Got these books at a very generous AOK. There's Marvel Fanfare issue 2. There's issue 3. Some Savage Land action going on. There's issue 4. And let's see. These next 4, I actually found these in the dollar bins. It's Marvel Fanfare issue 10. And this one isn't a top loader because it's actually signed by George Perez. It's hard to see, but it's down in the corner there. Couldn't believe when I pulled that out of a dollar bin. Here's issue 11. Issue 12. And issue 13. And these 4 issues were all part of a Black Widow storyline. So it was cool to find them all. Then we have the Secret Defenders issue 1. Some nice shiny action. And issue 2. I'm not sure how long the Secret Defenders ran, how many issues was in it, but these are the only 2 issues I've ever had. So, I never picked up any after these. There's my Fantastic Four books. Okay. I could have swore those were in another box, but they're in this box. All right, so I guess we are getting the Fantastic Four in this episode. Here's Fantastic Four issue 358, and this one is actually a die cut cover. I didn't remember if I had talking to Alex Big Blue earlier. Don't know if you're still in the chat, Alex, but if you are, I actually did have a Fantastic Four die cut cover. I totally forgot about this one, man. This is going to be really hard to see, probably. Oh, this one, okay, yeah, this one must have came from Metarog because it's got 2 issues in the same back. But here we have Fantastic Four issue 371. It's kind of embossed Human Torch on the cover. Man, that is hard to see on camera. I don't know if that's coming across at all. But it's Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, issue 371. And the issue on the back side is Amazing Adventures issue 11. I think that's what it says. It's a Marvel Milestone. This is a reprint. So it's not the original, but it's a reprint of I think this reprints the first time that Beast gets fur. That's another issue that eventually I need to get the real deal of. But that's really cool. I love these reprints. Every time I see two books in one bag, I know that's something that comes from Metarod because he's the only dude I know that doubles up books like that. What about this here? Lady Promise fired up because I didn't mention her. My bad. I don't want to get on her bad side. First Blue Beast. Oh, okay, that was the first issue where he went blue. All right. Oh, you also use the 2-in-1 bagging. That's definitely a good way to save on bags and boards. We've got Fantastic Four issue 286. Again, my apologies to Lady Prime. I'm already on her bad side with my Chris Jericho slander. Here we have two different reprints of Fantastic Four issue 1. This first one is a facsimile. And this one was like an anniversary issue. Awesome cover on that. I love the way they updated the cover, but they kept it classic too. But that looks awesome. Here we got some Ultimate Fantastic Four. This is issue 21. Ultimate Fantastic Four was just such a good read, in my opinion. I need to eventually go back and get like the first few issues because I've started at issue 21. We've got issue 22, which I believe this set 21, 22, and 23 were the first appearance of Marvel Zombies. We got Fantastic Four issue 415. Again, this is some of the Onslaught tie-ins. And Fantastic Four 416. All right, now we're jumping into the Fantastic Four issue 1. This was the Jim Lee run. Probably one of my all-time favorite runs in the Fantastic Four. This was the very first issue I ever read of any Fantastic Four comic. Back in the day, this came out in '96, so I would have been 16 at the time. But this was my very first taste of Fantastic Four. Didn't know anything about this team until I read this issue. Here we have issue 2 of that Jim Lee run. Issue 3. and issue 4, which I think this is actually a variant cover. There's another cover of issue 4, but this was the Christmas cover. Don't think this one had a wraparound on it. No, it didn't. Does have an ad for this first Scream movie on the back, though. It's a classic. But I need to get more in this run, man. Because issue 4 was the last one I had of the Jim Lee run. So I need to pick up at least the next 10 issues or so. I think it just had 13. I'm pretty sure they just had 13 issues in that run. There's a Fantastic Four issue 11. I picked up this one from my buddy Nate over on Instagram, Tricks Comics, when he was selling some books. This is the first appearance of her, which is kind of like the female Adam Warlock. And here we have, okay, this is the final issue of Fantastic Four. This is issue 387. And man, I had these way out of order. It's got some kind of shininess to it there too. Sue Storm surrounded by the flames. Then we have the Heroes Reborn set, part 1 of 4. Heroes Reborn: The Return. Another cool storyline, in my opinion. Here's issue 2. These were all right around the time I first started getting into Marvel Comics. The early to mid 90s. Here's issue 4. Here's another set that I picked up from my buddy Nate, Tricks Comics. He was selling the Infinity War set. And at the time, I had just read Infinity Gauntlet, so I was trying to get anything associated with that. But there's issue 1. This was a 6-parter, I believe. There's issue 2. Issue 3. Awesome storyline here. Issue 4. Five. And wrapping it up with issue 6. I could have sworn this entire box was X-Men related, but I must have moved some stuff around. Then we have Power Man and Iron Fist, issue 77. Just random, totally. Iron Fist is actually one of my favorite Marvel characters. Very underrated, in my opinion. Here we jumps to Miss Marvel, issue 20. I've only got 2 issues in the Miss Marvel run. I have issue 1 and like a 5.0. Then I have issue 20, the first appearance of the new costume. And I think there was only like 21 issues in this run, maybe 22. But it's hard to get the whole run because issues 16, 17, and 18 were Mystique's cameos in her first appearance. I would eventually like to get this entire run together since there's only like 21 or 22 issues in it. But it's going to be tough with those Mystique cameos and first appearance. But this is my favorite version of Miss Marvel. I love this costume. So I had to pick that one up. Oh, it's the first fur beast, not the first blue. All right. I knew it was some one of those two. Here we have some Man Thing going on. It's Man Thing issue 11. Issue 12. And issue 13. Man, this box really is random. Here we have Deathlock issue 1. I want to say this was from 2018, 2019. This was a Scotty Young cover. And it's actually signed by Scotty Young. This one, yeah, it was my friend Lindsay. She sent me this book a few years back. And here we go with some more random goodness. The A-Team issue 1. A-Team was one of my all-time favorite shows back in the day. I never used to miss an episode. So I saw this comic a few years ago in a dollar bin, and I had to pick it up. I think there's only 3 issues in this run, so eventually I need to track down issue 2 and 3. But this held so much nostalgia for me because I used to watch this when I was a kid. Love the A-Team, man. Then we have Marvel Super Action starring Captain America issue 1. And this was a reprint. I can't remember if it was Captain America issue 100, but it's this is a reprint of one of those stories. I think this might have been a retelling of his origin or something like that. I want to say it was issue 100, but I'm not 100% sure. But I know the Marvel Super Action stories were all reprints. I also have Marvel Super Action issue 3. So I have 1 and 3. There are 3 different series of Man Thing you showed. The first was 11 from volume. Oh, really? I didn't know that. All 3 of those were different series, huh? That's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, okay. I see issue 11 had a 50-cent cover, and issue 12 has a 20-cent cover. How did I not even realize those? I should have noticed that. Appreciate the info, Ranger. I got to get my books in better order. Adventure into Fear anthology issue. Ooh, I've got to pay better attention to how I organize my books. I'm glad you were here, Ranger, because I never would have even paid attention to that. Here's some more randomness. How many people remember Meteor Man? It was a movie, then they turned it into a comic book. It's a 6-issue miniseries. It is put out by Marvel. There's issue 2. But I remember that movie back in the day with Tim Townsend. These were all originally polybagged. There's issue 3, a crossover with Spider-Man. And I can't remember if they came with cards or not. They might have. But as a kid, when I got them, I just opened them and read them. Didn't keep them polybagged. Here's issue 4 with Night Thrasher. The movie didn't have any other crossover with Marvel characters. They just did that for the comics. Here's issue 5. I would like to find, if I could ever find these all originally polybagged again, I wouldn't mind picking them up and keeping them sealed. And here's issue 6, the final issue in this miniseries. They also did a movie adaptation comic, but I don't have that one. Starting to get close to the end of this box now. Here we have Willow, issue 1. This was a 3-part mini. There's issue 2. And issue 3. That's a movie I need to rewatch, man, because it's been, gosh, I haven't seen it since I was a kid. Here we have Black Panther. I think this might have been a one-shot. Yeah, I think this was just a one-shot. Oh, no, okay, this was a previews issue. All right. Previews. Let me look at this thing right fast. I don't remember where this one came from. Okay, it is actually a comic book, all right. I thought maybe it was just like an issue of comics coming up, but it does actually have a story in it. I have no idea where I got this. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to give that a read. Here we have the first men in the moon. Got a little Moon Knight here. Issue 37 and 38. Guest starring the Punisher. And the last two in the box here, we have a Conan the Barbarian, issue 39. And we have the Champions issue 12. And that is it. The last book in the box for episode 9. Join me for episode 10. I'll be doing the my X-Men box. I think it's all X-Men. I've got X-Men and Uncanny X-Men all in the same box. I should have, unless I'm just completely unorganized. But that should be episode 10 coming up sometime in the next few days here. Probably maybe midweek coming up. And until then, I'll see you guys later. I appreciate everybody that hung out in the chat and everybody that catches it on replay. See you guys in the next episode. Keep it 9,000.